Hey guys, Joe from Extreme Terrain, and today we're going to be working with the Magnaflow 3-inch MF series single exhaust system with a side exit fitting all 16 and newer 3.5 liter Tacomas. Now when we took this for a spin, it definitely did make some good noises. It's going to land on the louder side of the middle ground, and for that I'm going to give it a strong 3 out of 5 on our Wake the Neighbor scale. Now contributing to that is going to be Magnaflow's straight through muffler. It definitely packs a little bit of a punch, enough to wake the truck up, but not enough to draw any unwanted attention to your truck. It's definitely a daily drivable kit. This kit is manufactured with 3-inch diameter, all mandrel bent, 409 stainless steel. Simply put, that's going to ensure that this kit is looking good and making noise for years to come, and the mandrel bends are going to ensure that the walls of the tubing stay smooth throughout the length of all the bends, allowing your exhaust gases to escape as fast as possible and as smoothly as possible, which is what creates that horsepower, torque, and tone. Right in the middle, we have, again, that straight through Magnaflow muffler, and at the end, we have that polished stainless 4-inch diameter round tip, which is going to exit right in the factory location behind the rear passenger tire. It's even laser etched with the MF logo for some extra style, and to cut down on the install, it's welded on, so you don't have to worry about any clamps. Pricing for this kit is going to land right around that $700 mark. Now that is getting up there for a catback, right? But this is a high quality full stainless kit, and it lands exactly where I'd expect it to be. Now also included in that price is going to be a lifetime construction warranty from Magnaflow. Install isn't going to be too bad. Really, there's only 3 pieces of pipe here. The inlet pipe, then a clamp, then the muffler, then a clamp, and then the tailpipe. There's a gasket as well. We'll touch on all that in just a second here. This is definitely something you could do in the driveway on jack stands with some basic hand tools. And for that, it's gonna get an easy 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Should take you at most 2-3 hours to get this installed on your Tacoma. So without any further ado, let me show you what you'll need to get this done and how it's done. Tools required for this install are going to be an impact or a ratchet, 15 and 14 millimeter sockets, exhaust hanger removal tool, some rust penetrant like PB Blaster or spray lubricant, WD-40, white lithium grease, all of those will work, and a microfiber rag. So for the first step of our install, we're actually going to grease up these rubber hanger isolators here. That's going to make the exhaust a little bit more manageable and easy to get out of there. There's one right here in front of the muffler, 2 behind, and 1 on the tailpipe. Next, we're going to focus on these 2 14mm bolts in the flange here. That's what's holding on our catback other than those rubber isolators. Yours are probably pretty rusty, just like ours are, so while you got the PB Blaster, we're going to hit those as well and then remove them. Again, they're 14mm. Now, as far as this hanger in front of the muffler goes, this is going to be the only one facing this way, so we're going to remove that hanger out of the isolator. Once we've done that, we should be able to drop the whole exhaust out as one big piece. So now our exhaust is loose on the truck, it's just hanging in those other 3 rubber isolators. So we're going to pull it off in one big piece by getting that flange past itself. Then we're going to move it toward the front of the truck and work our tailpipe over the axle here. Now it is going to be in one big piece. If you're working on the ground, you might have to make a cut to get this out. So before we hang up our new Magnaflow here, I just wanted to put it on the ground next to our factory catback and point out some of the key differences. We'll start at the flange and work backwards. Now this inlet pipe before our muffler, they look to be about the same size, but the Magnaflow is actually just a tiny bit bigger. Factory one is around 2.3 inches, Magnaflow around 2.5. That's just going to open up the flow just a little bit more. The biggest difference here is going to be right in the middle. We're losing this big restrictive factory muffler in exchange for Magnaflow's less restrictive and smaller muffler. From there, we move on to our tailpipe. This is going to be that 2.3-inch piping back here. We're bringing that all the way up to 3 inches on our new Magnaflow. And as far as the tip goes, it's welded on rather than clamped on, and it's also upped in diameter to 4 inches on our new Magnaflow. Now, one last thing while we're comparing these two, and it's a small thing, but the small things do go a long way in making a good exhaust kit. Magnaflow includes a brand new Doughnut Gasket to sit in our flange here. That's going to give us a good seal on our new exhaust kit. Now, I've done a lot of our exhausts, probably 15 of the most popular exhausts that we sell. I've never seen anyone include a Doughnut Gasket like this to get a good seal out of a new exhaust. They always reuse the factory one, which, as you can see, has seen better days. So for Magnaflow to include this, it's a really nice touch. So now we're ready to hang up our new Magnaflow. We're gonna need our inlet pipe as well as our new Doughnut Gasket and that factory 14mm hardware that we removed earlier. All we're going to do is pop that new gasket on, then get our inlet pipe started in the hanger isolator and secured to the flange with the 14mm bolts. So next we're gonna throw up our muffler on the back of that inlet pipe. Again, the inlet pipe is a little bit smaller diameter than the tailpipe, so you wanna make sure you grab the right end of the muffler here and the smaller clamp in the kit. I'm gonna leave that loose for now. That's gonna give us some much needed adjustment when we near the end of the install. We need that wiggle room, but once we do tighten this down, it'll be with a 15mm socket. Now the tailpipe is going to be the same process, but before we do that, we're actually going to completely remove this hanger isolator right here. Reason being is the hangers on the tailpipe both go in different directions here. So it's gonna be easier to completely remove that and install it on the tailpipe on the ground. Then we'll get this seated in the muffler and get that isolator back where it should be. Before we put this up, make sure you have your clamp in place. Now we're gonna get this last hanger isolator seated here, and we can run through, go back through the hardware, tighten down all those clamps, again using a 15mm socket. Just to get some extra clearance here, I'm just gonna turn that clamp up and out of the way. Same thing goes for this clamp right before our muffler. But that's going to do it for my review and install of the Magnaflow 3-inch MF Series single exhaust system with a side exit fitting all 16 and newer 3.5-liter Tacomas. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this and all things Tacoma.